Hello and welcome to Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. I am Mark, some violence, bloody images, language Hoffmeyer.
And I am Jay, Waterblog Cluett. And this is Deep Blue Sea 3! We made it. We're on chapter 1 of Deep Blue Sea 3. On this show, if you're a newcomer to the show, welcome to the show. On this show, we delve into the depths of the Deep Blue Sea franchise, one DVD chapter at a time. We've already covered the entirety of Deep Blue Sea and the entirety of Deep Blue Sea 2, and now we're on to Deep Blue Sea 3. What happens in Deep Blue Sea 3 Chapter 1? Well, let me tell you. We open on a scarred shark fin as it cuts through the ocean waves and is soon joined by two more, one on either side as they swim purposefully towards a distant island. The island is Little Happy, an almost entirely abandoned fishing village in the Mozambique Channel between Mozambique and Madagascar. We meet Dr. Emma Collins, a marine conservationist who, along with her team, is developing the Triton, a database using sonar and AI to study underwater life. She is joined on an underwater filming trip by Eugene Shaw, her cameraman who served in the military with Emma's father. Whilst underwater, they are confronted by Sally, the great white shark who led them to Little Happy. Emma tries to dominate Sally by pushing her away, but Sally slams Emma into the reef, cutting her elbow and forcing the filming trip to come to an end. Meanwhile, the crew of a large ship named Thassos has found Bella, the mother shark from Deep Blue Sea 2, entangled and dead in some fishing nets. On board, shark expert Dr. Richard Lowell and crew team leader Lucas discuss the need for capturing the other three sharks and realise where Bella was leading them. Back at Little Happy, we meet the rest of Dr. Collins' team as she and Shaw grab a beer. Spin is the tech guy in charge of both social media and drone repair, and Mia is a student monitoring the Triton and making terrible Pixar jokes. That's what happens in Deep Blue Sea 3 Chapter 1, but we need someone to help us talk about this. Mark, who's joining us this week?
Oh, the wonderful, the magnificent, the returning guest, Nick Rehak.
Hey, how you fellas doing?
Good.
That was quite the intro right there.
It's almost too much. I'm not gonna lie. After the
Step
first
back.
part, I was like, okay, we're good.
Try it again, but a little better.
10 of them out. You just would have frozen up if I, 10 in a row. The wonderful, the magnificent, the thrilling, the well-dressed,
incomparable,
the pugnacious.
I'd have been waiting for who it was. I was like, man, that's a good guest.
David Thompson. You're like, wait, what? And then David jumps in, hello.
And Nick's here as well, I guess.
Hey.
Yeah. So you joined us for the second episode of Deep Blue Sea, the first go-around. You're our first guest, actually. Mm-hmm. Then you joined us on the first and last episodes of Deep Blue Sea 2. Now you're back for Deep Blue Sea 3, the opening episode. You have been on a roller coaster, Nick. Tell us about it.
It's been something else. It's you go through life, and you know you're going to have certain experiences. You're going to have a first kiss. You're going to get married at some point. You're going to have a job with a salary. You're going to do all of these things, but never would you imagine you're going to go so deep and so blue in such a short amount of time. And I've been doing it with this podcast. You guys have been gracious enough to have me on more than once, and it's really. It's nothing but bring smiles to my face. It's introduced me to the second film, which I would have never have seen because I didn't know it existed. And obviously this third film, which again, I didn't know existed. So it's been nothing but an amazing adventure, an eye-opening adventure, and I've loved every second of it.
How you feel about this first chapter of Deep Blue Sea 3?
I feel good. A little more apprehensive. The second one, I was wide open. I was like, here we go. We're going to have some fun. I can't wait. This one, it's got a different vibe and a different tone to it.
Mm-hmm. There's no murder in the beginning. And so we're so used to, Jay and I, in Deep Blue Sea, the co-eds are attacked. In Deep Blue Sea 2, the shark finners are attacked. There isn't an attack to kick us off here. So I wanted to do something. If there's ever a director's cut of this movie, Nick, who would you like to see be attacked in the opening scene of this film? Now, I love the shark gang in the beginning of this, and I love the score. I think it looks beautiful, and the setup, A Little Happy, is gorgeous. I think this first chapter is beautiful. But in Nick Land, which opening would you rather see?
I'd rather see an attack. Oh, okay. Sorry. You're going to give me an option?
I got one for you. So,
go for it.
Paul Giamatti plays a character named Bill. Bill is on a homemade raft after Bill escaped an island that Bill has been on for 7 years. Bill, played by Paul Giamatti, has a tennis ball friend, and he sees Little Happy and gets very excited thinking that his run alone on an island with a tennis ball is over, and then the sharks eat him. That's one. Do you like that?
You had me at Paul Giamatti.
Okay. Next one. Paul Giamatti plays a character called Chatham. His yacht was attacked by the sharks, and his yacht sinks, but he has a jet ski on that yacht. Chatham, played by Paul Giamatti, is on the jet ski trying to get to Little Happy, but is taken out by the 3 sharks. Next, Paul Giamatti is a pirate. Not like a pirate. He's a very specialized pirate. He's a robo pirate.
Oh, okay.
And he is
on board
on a boat with a couple extras, and they are going to go attack Little Happy, but they are wiped out before they get to Little Happy. So you have 3 attacks, right? Which one do you want?
I want to see the second one. I want to see a jet ski chase like we've never seen before, and it also allows us to know, like, oh, we've seen these sharks before. Like, we know who these are. It's going to harken back to the second one. Whereas the other ones, it could kind of just be like, oh, no, here's a random shark attack. Like, no, we have some carry-on from the first film. Here's that through line, and it just so happens to just start out with a banging jet ski chase, assumedly.
Yeah, with Paul Giamatti.
I think that this could also involve Bella's death somehow, because I feel a little cheated, but like Bella was the big bad of the previous film. I thought she was the shark that died at the end of Deep Blue Sea 2. Turned out she was not, but she was the big bad of that film, and she's already dead at the start of this one. She's got caught up in nets, dead on the ship of the Thassos. And if we had that cold open of Paul Giamatti on a jet ski chase, being chased by Bella and her 3 kids, and there's a struggle, Giamatti gets eaten, but also Bella gets killed in the same scuffle, same altercation, then that would be a tremendous opening to the film. That would I feel like it would be beyond Deep Blue Sea 3's budget, which it is a limited budget film, and they did a fantastic use of that budget. But if they had been given kind of that carte blanche, then that would have been a great opening.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, would Christmas Carol have the same impact if we found out how Marley died?
Yeah?
I don't think it would.
I love... This sounds... I like that Bella dies in the fishing nets, because So Deep Blue Sea 3, they talk a lot about climate change. It's real, not like, I'm not making it up. They talk about climate change. And they're talking about the sea levels changing, the ocean becoming warmer, which means the sharks go in different locations. Bull sharks come further in. Great whites go to other territories. They go to fishing areas to do all that to find their food. But then what I like, though, is that Bella, the ultimate smart shark, this got caught in some nets and couldn't get out and was killed. It's kind of brutal to me. It's just sad. Seeing Bella killed by just random fishing nets, which kills a lot of animals, and not like always the ones that they're fishing for, seems really sad to me. And I kind of like that. I don't know, for some reason it hits me kind of hard knowing that Bella just got killed from that.
Would it be better if she'd been caught in a giant, like, 6-pack of beer plastic rings?
Like a giant?
Yeah.
Just throws a 6-pack into the ocean and Bella gets stuck in it?
Yeah, or like just been killed by ocean trash rather than fishing nets, to add to the environmental message.
I think if it's ocean trash, it's going to fall in that line of maybe too preachy. We want to hit just the right amount of, hey, it's important that sharks aren't all deadly killers. Like, it's fine. Some of them, they're fine. Climate change. If we start throwing in other stuff, people are going to get overwhelmed and they're going to check out, you know?
And that's what I hate, too. This movie on IMDb right now it's like 4.7 out of 10.
That's too low.
Yeah, that's not great for this. And this is a quality movie.
It is.
And we were talking to John Pogue, the director, and he just said that a lot of people were annoyed about a lot of people reacted very strongly to the climate change, and they got angry and just downvoted it.
What? That's silly.
Yeah,
is this a 4.7 out of 10 movie?
No, this is at least a 6 or a 7.
Yeah,
at least.
Per IMDb, yeah, for sure. I mean, the average on IMDb is what, 6.3, 6.1 to 6.3, 7.2. I don't care. I said it.
And yeah, as you said, we've had John Pogue, the director, on the show twice now. He's a friend of the show, is John Pogue. He is our second most frequent guest after Nick, I think, or amongst them. Nice. And so we do really like this film, but we will still John may be listening. We don't know. Hi, John, if you are. We love your film. But we are still going to be fair and pick up on any issues that we do have with the film. John's a friend, but we're still gonna kind of be fair to the film. So we've already picked up on we don't like the Bella's dead and she at the start. Well, I don't know at least. I just want to get that out of the way.
It makes me like it's just sad because Bella was so cool, and then she just tragically gets killed in fishing lines. It just bums me out. Kind of hits hard in that I actually felt for Bella like that, just dying in fishing lines randomly.
Yeah, that's what I just feel like she got taken out too easy, and it is sad. I don't want to be sad at the start of my Deep Blue Sea movie.
Well, I think it'd be a little bit sadder if we just see her violently thrashing in some fishing line, trying to survive, and slowly just watch the life choke out of her body and her eyes roll back in her head.
But what if the life's being choked out of her by Paul Giamatti?
Yeah. Well, he drives into her mouth on the jet ski.
And then he gets taken out by her.
Then I kind of want to see it.
Right.
I kind of want to see
there
it.
There we go. Okay.
So remember in Police Academy 3, when Sweet Chuck is being dragged by the jet ski?
Yes.
Of course.
So Giamatti's doing that right into Bella's mouth.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
absolutely for it.
And that'd be wild talking about. Did you hear what happened to Bella? Well, this guy named Chatham, who looks a lot like Paul Giamatti, drove a jet ski. And Bella did not see that coming.
So is this the same character who's just trying to get his boys back at the start of Deep Blue Sea, and the same character who is like a rival shark finner with Paul Dano in Deep Blue Sea 2?
Oh, like the same character?
Yeah, because they're all played by Paul Giamatti.
Oh no, triplets.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's what threw me off though about this movie is, remember the beginning of the second one where it's just you go with the shark finners and then you have the smaller sets and the little explosions. This movie, the opening scenes of this when I watched it for the first time just felt like a miracle to me because you have this cool shark gang rolling. Listen, anytime I see a gang, like a shark gang just cruising through the open water, it's beautiful, and I love the score. And then I think they did a really good job setting up Little Happy. I mean, the visual effects looked really good. Darren Hoffmeyer set that up, the wonderful visual effects supervisor, wonderful guy. But I don't know, I love the look of Little Happy. I think it's a cool island. I like that they circle it. I like that the helicopter drone shot had a nice budget to it. It's a really cool location, Little Happy, and I think it looks really nice. And also, we're not in the labs anymore. We're out in the open, and I dig that about it.
That's it. Deep Blue Sea 2 was so similar in plot to Deep Blue Sea. This is entirely its own beast, and I love that. Because this is an environment I've not seen before in film. It's like a man-made island that's sinking. When in that aerial shot that goes around it, the huts on the outside of it, they're underwater. The roofs are. This place is in severe condition. I mean, they say, Dr. Emma Collins says there were 800 people here, now just 2. First time I watched this, I thought she meant there were now 200. But no, there's literally just 2.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, that's not bad.
And it's just the 2 people there. And then, we're not on them yet.
But there's more people in Emma's team than live on this island.
It's quite dangerous to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely, because how
next
do you
week.
get anything? How do you? Well, I'm very much. I don't want to jump ahead because clearly it's going to be explained as the film goes on, and I look forward to watching that. But I just have so many questions about the island, and I really do dig it. I dig the isolated aspect because it does kind of give you that 360, and nothing is around at all. It is truly in the midst of nowhere.
And that's a great way to keep the budget down. You don't have to worry about packing classrooms to watch Dr. Misty Calhoun's videos. You just have an isolated area where you don't have to bring in many extras. You can really keep crew down and actors down and focus on the character. You know what's kind of interesting too is the other films, they introduced us to the co-eds, and then they introduced us to the shark finners. I kind of like that this one immediately gets into character. Like this one, it's like, I want you to like these people during their attacks. It brings them all together in the first 10 minutes. It lays the pieces of chess on the chessboard, as Deep Blue Sea 2 would say, which I adore.
Yep.
But what do y'all think about that approach? I mean, immediately getting to the characters and then spending time with them.
Oh, I would love it. I mean, as much as I like the